Hey y'all, I'm Casey Stone with Clerestory Design. We're in Little Washington and we are at the Fowle House. So we have been going back in time and showing you what we did in the fall and up to Christmas. So we are really close to being all caught up and showing you what's happening in real time. We have like maybe 2 weeks left. We're gonna talk about this kitchen floor. So the kitchen floor is crooked. It had a really nice dip. It dipped over an inch across not a very big room. And that was not gonna work when we got ready to install kitchen cabinets. So let's go inside, back in time, and see what we did to rectify the crooked kitchen. It's a new day. It's still cold. We're in the kitchen. We've gotten all the crown painted. All of the trim has been primed. Most of it has been caulked. And we are getting ready to turn our attention to another project, and that is this kitchen floor. It needs a little work. So I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do. Back up in time, you remember there was a wall here. That wall is gone. I don't know, you probably can see this. This floor dips. It dips about an inch from like right here to the door is over an inch of dip. That's not gonna work. It's not gonna work for kitchen cabinets. It's not gonna work for our new hardwood floors. So we've got to address that. Also, there's going to be an island right here, and islands are heavy. That's a lot of weight with that stone and cabinetry, and we wanna make sure that this floor, which has a basement underneath, can support that. And quite frankly, we don't love how the joists that are running this way tie into this area around the chimney. So we are gonna do some work on this floor. We're gonna pull up this old subflooring, and we are gonna sister the existing floor joist with a new floor joist. In fact, why don't I take you downstairs? I think you can see it better down there. Okay, so we're in the basement, cellar, whatever you want to call it. We're looking right up. That's that kitchen subfloor that I just showed you. So the good thing is, even though it's like a spaghetti of gas lines and water supply lines and electrical, most of it is below these joists. So with the exception of a few places like right here, we are going to be able to just sister a 2x6 right to these. And then what we're gonna do is, where we need them, slightly lift them up higher than this one in the middle so that we can get that bow out. So that on the ends here and behind me, where the floor is at its highest, we'll stick right with it. But as we get to the center portion, we're gonna raise our new joist up just a little bit, well, about an inch really, so that we get rid of that bow. And then we're gonna do a little bit of better support over here, where these joists that are holding the island will have a little better support. Then we're gonna go back with a tongue and groove plywood subfloor. What that's gonna help with is get some of this cold and dampness and mustiness, stop it from going up into that kitchen. So just another way to seal off this cold, damp, sometimes stinky cellar from getting up into the kitchen. So that's our next project. We are unloading the supplies and materials that we need to do that, and then we're going to get to work. So follow along as we do it. So the last time we were here, we were pulling up this floor, and it is up. You can see now we have strung, you see that green string? We've strung strings. We've also got our level going over there. There's our level, and you can see the line over there. So we are going to start figuring out how we're going to sister these up and get the levels, get the floor more level than it is, at least. So we got so busy that I forgot to get some good footage, but you can see that we have all of these sistered, you'll really be able to tell what we did more upstairs. But we've got some joist hangers over here now, which is great because you remember I was worried about these joists not really being well supported. So we got some joist hangers over there, and some new things sistered to that. They're running all the way across. I'm gonna go upstairs and show you from up there. You'll see, but there's our level, and you can see that things are much, much more level now. We'll scoot upstairs. And here we are from the top. I don't know if you can see. I'll go over there and show you from the dining room. You can really see the difference in how much we had to bring up some. So here, that's completely flush with the floor joist because this was our highest point right here. And the same over there. I'm gonna go from the other side and you will really be able to see how much it's sticking up. All right, so if I zoom in to that one right there, you can see, I hope you can see, that that's sticking up well over an inch more than the original joist. So that's how much dip was in there and what we needed to do to get it out. Here, let's see, let me zoom back out now. You've just barely got a lip of rise. And then here on the edge, we are flush. So that should have gotten all of this dip out. Again, you can see our line that we pulled, and we're right on that line. There's the level over there. The guys worked really hard. I'm sorry, I forgot to record while they were working on it. But this is going to make those hardwoods go down so much easier. And also when we install cabinets all the way around, they're gonna look so much better. So the next step, of course, is to put down our subfloor. So the guys have been fast at work. The last you saw, we were just painting trim, but we have got a good bit of color on the walls. So did I tell you about Sheens yet? I can't remember, so I'm gonna tell you again. We've got a combination of siding and sheetrock, and our siding and sheetrock are gonna be the same color. So of course we primed everything. We used an eggshell on the siding because siding usually is a little bit shinier. It's trim, but it's also wall. So what do you do with that? Our sheetrock is gonna be flat. I love flat walls. It makes your trim pop more, especially in old houses because the walls are not perfect. They are far from perfect. They're not straight. They have bows in them. They have dips in them. Now, of course, our walls are perfect, but these old walls, you always want to go with a flat paint because it shows so much less imperfections. So we are just starting to cut in the kitchen. So in the kitchen, it's all gonna be flat on the walls and a semi-gloss on all the trim. Of course, I'm walking on that new floor that you saw us finish right before we started our painting. It is all coming together. The next step is our hardwood floors. They are here. They've been acclimating for about a month now, and they are gonna go down next. So it went from a construction site to starting to look like a house about that quick. We are moving right along, and we have paint in the whole kitchen, one coat at least. May do a second coat, and then we're gonna wait because actually most of this, other than like windows and stuff, is all going to be covered in cabinetry. This is a Sherwin-Williams paint. It is softened green. I love it a lot. I think I've shown you the cabinet color, but it's a nice warm gray. So it's gonna work really well. I love the color combo with the chimney Still got to work on that chimney. Haven't done that yet. And I'll take you into the mudroom. You can see we are touching up trim paint. So it's looking really, really good. Next stop, hardwood floors. That's what we were just figuring and scheming how we're gonna make this work and that work. So we're ready to get started on the next project or the next phase of the project. Okay, end of the day, we got all the painting done. I mean, we'll have to do touch-ups. We'll have to maybe even do another coat down the road once those kitchen cabinets go in. That's always hard on paint. But we are ready to start the hardwood floors tomorrow. They have been sitting over there in the sunroom doctor's office area for a while now. And they have acclimated with the environment. And so tomorrow, the hardwoods are going down. I can't wait to see them. The client picked them out, so I haven't spent a lot of time looking at them. Looking forward to it. Can't wait. Come back tomorrow. All right, so we're actually gonna stop right there for this week, and you're gonna have to come back next week to see those hardwood floors go down. But here's a spoiler alert, they are gorgeous. And they go down so smooth because we got that floor leveled up. So this week, you saw us get that floor leveled up, finish up all the paint. That paint color looks great, and we are ready to move on with those hardwoods next week. So come back then, make sure you're subscribing so you don't miss a step in the process, and we'll see you next week at the Fowle House.